Joe Rogan recently noticed an important detail hidden inside 50 Cent's documentary that almost no one else seemed to catch. At first, it appeared minor and easy to dismiss, but once the connections are made, it suggests something far more serious than originally assumed. From this viewpoint, the situation may involve far more people than just Diddy alone. After the announcement of a second season of 50 Cent's documentary series, several high-profile figures in the entertainment world reportedly began to feel uneasy. In this video, we will examine every person Joe Rogan allegedly referenced, along with the influential elites believed to be tied to these events, starting with Diddy and moving up the chain of power.
There's also like people that are elites, and that's their thing. Like their thing is to do something that is horrible, and it's not available to other people. So it's like, I think there's like a sickness that people have when they have power, like extreme power, and then what else can I do? What else can I do? What else is what else is taboo? What else is forbidden? Like all this Diddy shit out. Like,
I was just gonna say, doesn't that sound topical?
Jesus Christ! The first day of the trial, did you pay attention to any of that stuff? I looked at it for like 10 minutes this morning, and I was like, I gotta stop. I can't look at this.
Well, what freaks me out is the people sitting in the courtroom listening to it.
Right.
And there's a wide spectrum of people that are getting subjected to it, and you just sit there and go,
yeah, well, not only that, how about the fact that this guy was running this for decades? He was doing this for decades to who knows how many fucking people, and everybody was scared to talk about it because he'd have them killed.
Joe Rogan reportedly uncovered a subtle but critical detail in 50 Cent's documentary that most viewers completely missed. When all the pieces are put together, it creates a narrative implying that Diddy may not have been acting by himself. With Season 2 of 50 Cent's documentary now confirmed, some of the most powerful and recognizable figures in the entertainment industry are said to be worried about what might be revealed next. In this video, we'll break down everyone Joe Rogan highlighted and analyze the powerful individuals who were allegedly involved, beginning with Diddy and working upward.
For not sweating, but I do this so much. I'm so cool. I just want y'all to see everybody I'm interviewing is sweating. I'm not even touching my brow. I'm so cool, and I want to apologize. I ain't trying to make you look bad or nothing like that, but I'm just so cool.
We wearing a t-shirt. I tell you, if he was wearing one of those fancy designer clothes he's designing, he'd be sweating just like me.
The guy's good. The guy's good, y'all. Let's give it up for him.
I appreciate you guys.
Peace.
Diddy. You know, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy. I think he's a good guy. I'm going to stick up for him.
The situation has reportedly taken a new turn. After spending over a year incarcerated, Diddy is said to have reached out to the White House in an attempt to obtain a presidential pardon. However, according to reports, Donald Trump swiftly rejected the request and shut it down without hesitation.
I have a lot of people who have asked me for pardons. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years.
That option is no longer on the table. After being held in custody for more than a year, Diddy allegedly submitted a formal request for a pardon through the White House. The response was reportedly immediate, with Donald Trump making it clear that no pardon would be granted and that there would be no involvement on his part.
He used to really like me a lot. I don't know. I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact.
Circumstances have reportedly changed dramatically. Following more than a year behind bars, Diddy is said to have tried to secure a presidential pardon through the White House. That effort was allegedly dismissed outright, with Donald Trump refusing to consider the request.
Diddy's going to be in jail for the rest of his life. I think he's probably going to get hit up.
Think he's innocent, though?
I don't know. I don't even think it matters. I mean, it's a lot of it is.
But then it's just another Epstein. It's Ghislaine Maxwell, where there's someone indicted and nobody else indicted for kids to
right
no
to
one.
To no one. Right. We're like, what is the next crazy thing that's going to explode in the news? Is Bill Clinton's going to have an OnlyFans? Like, what is going to happen? What is the next thing that's going to make us all go, what the what the is going on?
It's coming. You know,
how many guys were on video saying, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party"? How many people like openly talked about being there?
LeBron?
Yeah, how about Ashton Kutcher? All these people. Like, you guys all went. You didn't see nothing? You didn't see nothing?
Yeah.
That chapter now seems to be over. After serving more than a year in prison, Diddy reportedly asked the White House for a pardon. According to sources, Donald Trump denied the request, effectively ending any chance of early release or political intervention.
How does it go on for so long You know, when we were on the street, we didn't get a day's rest. I mean, the government was all over us. The FBI is all over us. They got investigations on us. They got informants. They got surveillance equipment.
He was not cutting you off, but he was an informant for years.
Was he really?
Yeah. That's why when people was like, oh, he's going to run, oh, he's not. It's the reason why these type of people get caught up. They always been telling them they bigger than the law because they part of the law, you know? And as you know, all these people get targeted.
These claims are not being framed as random speculation. For many years, rumors have circulated suggesting that Diddy may have acted as an informant, leveraging his influence within the music industry. Suge Knight, who has been incarcerated for a long time, has stated that many people in the streets already believe this. According to Suge, Diddy's alleged behavior, particularly claims that he drugged individuals and pressured them for information, raised suspicions and fueled beliefs that he was cooperating with authorities.
They'll let you do crimes, long as you don't do no murders and stuff like that. They'll let you go around and pay you to protect him. You understand? To protect him. We had a lot of people on the payroll when we was doing security. Somebody might have this first 10 hours, that 10 hours, or whatever. He was paying law enforcement. He had a budget for law enforcement. Now, if something goes wrong, those people got friends in certain places. Then, plus, he tells his handler, yo, can you make this go away for me? I'll give you this and that. Now, that could be a lot of speculations or whatever like that. But why would you have or be working for an FBI agent if you're not an informant? Why? So when you got that kind of money, you could hire people to make a lot of things go away for you. Like you hire lawyers. Those lawyers have police officers and people working for them. And investigators. Those investigators were former officers. So all of them in the backyard in Diddy bed together.
According to this version of events, this is only the start of a much larger story. The person who remained closest to Diddy for nearly his entire career was his former bodyguard, Gene Deal. Gene has claimed that he personally witnessed Diddy interacting directly with government officials. He alleges that Diddy was operating as a confidential informant for federal agencies. According to Gene, Diddy's confidence didn't stem solely from fame or influence, it came from knowing he was protected. He wasn't untouchable because of power, he was untouchable because he was useful. As long as Diddy allegedly provided information, federal authorities had no reason to pursue him. This is the detail many people fail to recognize. Like Jeffrey Epstein, Diddy allegedly wasn't acting independently. According to these claims, he was answering to someone else.
Diddy was rogue, or Diddy was like a Epstein type, working for somebody?
That's a good question. Well, it would be a great way to compromise celebrities. Yeah, and get them to say whatever you want them to do, get them to do whatever projects you'd like them to do. And you know, if you're a bunch of other celebrities are there, you're like, oh, look, Bill Clinton's here. This is fine.
Yeah.
This is cool. Look at this. Like, Brad Pitt's here. Oh, this is cool. You don't even think there's anything wrong with being there. Meanwhile, you're getting drugged up and filmed. And then they're passing out punch. Have some punch, Aaron. And you have some punch, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm feeling really good. I just feel amazing. You're all mollied up. You don't know what the you're doing. Probably a combination of things they give you.
And it's all being filmed.
Crazy. Now, if that's not an intelligence agency operation, it's just one evil super genius who figures out how to compromise everybody by providing this crazy freak off party. Everybody's got to put their phones away. Okay, we're going to put our phone away. No one's going to know anything. Yeah, I mean, he's going to get cameras everywhere. It's just one guy doing that. What a diabolical human being.
Yeah.
He seems pretty diabolical.
He's probably working with somebody. Or for somebody.
Joe Rogan reportedly explained what he believed was Diddy's overall strategy. After watching 50 Cent's documentary, the pieces finally came together in a way they never had before. Some alleged victims in Diddy's case reportedly provided sworn testimony stating that other individuals were present during the so-called freak-offs, yet no additional names were ever brought into court proceedings. This raised serious concerns. Rogan allegedly recognized the same pattern he had seen in the Jeffrey Epstein case, with similarities that appeared nearly identical.
It's like there was always so much East Coast, West Coast shit that's still like in the zeitgeist, you know, like with Biggie and Tupac, and they're all hating at each other, and they both got. There was a lot going on, and then there's people that thought that Puffy was involved and Suge Knight was involved.
Speaking of, I think Suge Knight's the one who said that thing I just thought of.
What thing?
About that they were there to delete stuff.
Well, if he really was filming everybody,
Let me see.
I mean, he had a lot of people at those parties, right? You know who said Luke from 2 Live Crew?
Yeah, he said he was to leave early.
Yeah, when Luke from 2 Live Crew is leaving early, like, you got a wild party. What if what's happening is too f***ed up for Luke from 2 Live Crew? Like, check please. There's so many different stories.
This is where the allegations become even more unsettling. According to these claims, Diddy wasn't only involved in gathering information or leverage on people. He was allegedly connected to violent acts and even murder. When blackmail allegedly failed to achieve his goals, violence was reportedly used as an alternative. Those who support this theory argue that evidence presented in 50 Cent's documentary supports these accusations. The deaths of Tupac Shakur and the Notorious B.I.G. are frequently referenced as the strongest examples.
Do you think Puffy was involved in the shooting?
Only they can answer that question. I have my own opinion, but I wouldn't slander their name like they did mine. I wouldn't say things that I knew, you know what I mean? I believe so. I do believe so. I have proved things that I can say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about. You know what I mean? It's between me and him, and only he knows. So every time he say it didn't happen, or that's the only thing that makes this become an issue to everybody. Because you seen what I said in the Vibe article. I basically bowed out and was going to go ahead about my life. The next issue, that wasn't even the next issue, because them cowards waited about 4 issues before they got their story together. 4 issues later, half of New Yorkers commenting on me getting shot. And before, they was all like, we didn't see nothing. In the first issue, we did, Vibe viewers. Nobody seen shit. The 4th issue, when they came back with a reply, everybody knew what I did. They knew what I said. I was acting. Who gets shot 5 times in acts? Oh, I didn't get shot 5 times in their vision. I only got shot once because they found the bullet. The police found it, but now they the cops. Now they doing detective work. They found the bullet. Oh, you found the bullet, huh? So what is this other shit in me then? What was the doctors talking about? What? Can you explain these other holes in me? How'd I get gunpowder all over me? That insulted my intelligence. So yes, I did say Thug Life was there. Yes, I bowed out, all of that. But when they said that, they breathed.
According to this narrative, Diddy didn't merely warn Tupac, he allegedly ordered attempts on his life on 2 separate occasions. The first incident reportedly took place nearly 2 years before Tupac's death. On November 30, 1994, Tupac was shot multiple times during what police described as a robbery at Quad Recording Studios in Manhattan as he arrived for a late-night recording session. Despite the robbery label, none of Tupac's jewelry or personal belongings were taken. Tupac later stated in interviews that he believed Diddy was responsible for the shooting. Many argue that when someone is shot but nothing is stolen, it strongly suggests a targeted hit rather than a robbery.
My favorite thing about 50 Cent's Netflix Diddy documentary is how he built a timeline off of this information. And one of my favorite parts of this documentary is them really getting into the timeline of events when it comes to Tupac and Biggie. And it really gives us a lot of perspective from people that were close to the situation, and a lot of people allege in this documentary that they believe that Diddy was very jealous of Tupac. And they pretty much go through everything from the Quad incident and Tupac believing that Puffy was behind it, like he said in the Vibe interview, and they lay out this whole timeline of the downfall happening perfectly, in my opinion. We are even hearing from Greg Kading, the detective that worked on Tupac and Biggie's case in this documentary. He is the investigator that did that proffer agreement with Keefe D way back in 2008, where Keefe D alleged that Diddy tried to offer him $1 million to take out Tupac and Suge Knight. And Tupac's trial with Keefe D is coming up very soon in early 2026. And we know that Diddy's name has been dropped at least 200 times during these proceedings already. So this is one case that I am definitely waiting for and I am going to cover. In Keefe D's 2008 proper agreement, he alleged that Diddy's friend Zip Martin is the one that gave him the weapon that was used to take out Tupac. And Keefe D told the investigator Greg Kading that Zip Martin had a special compartment to keep this weapon in his car that he drove to Las Vegas. And in this documentary, we have Greg Kading confirming that Zip Martin did drive the same type of vehicle that Keefe D alleged to Las Vegas this night. And then during this documentary, we heard from the former president of Bad Boy, Kirk Burroughs, who alleged during this time, Diddy had him hiring a whole bunch of people and getting cars to drive to Las Vegas. And he is now very curious into why Diddy wanted to do this. And he said in his opinion, he now believes that Diddy was behind taking out
Tupac reportedly understood the warning and believed Diddy was sending a clear message, challenge me, and this is the consequence. At the same time, Diddy facing no repercussions for the Quad Studios shooting was viewed as another message that he was beyond accountability. Unfortunately, that belief seemed to be confirmed. Nearly 2 years later, on September 13, 1996, Tupac was killed in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas. That moment permanently altered the hip-hop landscape and, according to some, cleared the way for Diddy's rise to power.
New developments in the case of the hip-hop mogul who is facing RICO charges in New York. Sean P. Diddy Combs. Court TV has just confirmed that the family of Tupac Shakur is investigating a potential link between the of Tupac and Sean Diddy Combs. This coming from attorney Alex Spiro, who represents Tupac's family. Now, this investigation had been previously reported by unnamed sources, but earlier today, Spiro confirmed to our Court TV team that he and a team of investigators has been hired.
Sean Combs allegedly had business dealings with Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, who will go on trial next March for the murder of Tupac. This was back in 1996. Some have speculated that Diddy ordered Tupac's death. That, of course, is just a theory at this point, and we are monitoring the developments in both the Tupac trial and the federal indictment of Sean Diddy Combs. So a lot of information to come on that one.
I get it. When you have a case that's 5 years old, it's hard to get overwhelming evidence that meets the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. When you have cases this old, no matter what Fiddy has found out and put in this documentary, do you see it at all ever possible that Diddy could be involved in a trial when it comes to Biggie and Tupac?
It could be possible, yes. However, like I said, they need a lot of corroboration to make that stick, because it's really alleged right now as to his involvement. It's not anything that's substantial or concrete that he was involved. It's personally from people talking about it and saying this is what happened. You need some more information to come forward to prove that.
According to reports, 50 Cent's documentary provided more than speculation for Joe Rogan. It allegedly presented information that was impossible to ignore. The documentary reportedly included witness testimony and video evidence that even law enforcement had not previously accessed. As a result, a renewed investigation into Tupac's murder is said to be underway. Tupac's family has reportedly hired attorney Alex Spiro to examine the claims and evidence. Additionally, an officer who originally worked on the case publicly stated that a full reopening of the investigation was expected.
They did what they needed to do in this documentary. The whole objective of this documentary was to blame it all on Diddy. The devil made me do it, blame it all on Diddy, and the rest of the industry is nothing like this. Like when Curtis Jackson sat there in his interview with Robin and sat there and said, I did this because I don't want people thinking that the hip hop community is okay with this kind of behavior. I don't want them thinking that, we're just going to be silent while all of this is going on. Like, we're okay with this kind of behavior. And my thing is huh? So now you speaking for all of hip hop, and all of hip hop is uncomfortable with this. Meanwhile, you got people like Ja Rule who, on the low key, allegedly, Gene Deal has exposed for having his own nude tryst freak-offs.
Jaguar Wright, who has long-standing ties to both Jay-Z and Diddy, publicly voiced what many others were unwilling to say. According to her, Diddy's celebrity allies and political connections have completely distanced themselves from him. She claims that Diddy is now being positioned as a scapegoat for the broader entertainment industry. The blame is allegedly being placed entirely on him so others can separate themselves and deny any involvement. As a result, Diddy is said to be isolated, with his career effectively over.
It's really wild, man. Evil is a real thing, you know? Nobody wants to believe, because if you believe in the devil, right? If you believe in Satan, you believe in something that's silly. Like most people a lot of people believe in God. If you ask people, do you believe in God? Yeah, well, I'm not religious, but I believe in God. Okay, well, do you believe in the devil? Most people will say no. But do you believe in evil acts? Well, yeah, well, people certainly do evil things. Well, where do you think that comes from? If evil is real, what is it about us that makes us want to deny the possibility that there's some nefarious force that is in human beings, that influences human beings? It's not as simple as like some people are bad, some people are good. No, maybe evil is a real element that you have to fight in life. And that maybe this is just something that's been documented all throughout history, but our arrogance and our secular society wants to keep us from recognizing that as an actual factor. And that's why it gets through.
Jaguar Wright, known for her blunt commentary and industry connections, reinforced her stance. She insisted that Diddy's powerful friends and political supporters have abandoned him to protect themselves. In her view, the industry is using Diddy as a fall guy, assigning all wrongdoing to him while pretending others played no role. According to her, Diddy now stands alone, deserted by the system that once shielded him, and his career has collapsed. Joe Rogan didn't limit his analysis to Diddy alone, he highlighted a much larger pattern. After 50 Cent's documentary presented its claims, many began to see that the issue extended far beyond one individual. The evidence and connections suggest the presence of a broader network. Now, the question people are asking isn't whether more information will emerge, but who will be exposed next.